Hello and welcome back, and we are on a new game today, and this game is by a person called Sean Spalding, and I believe it's a UK-based game developer. I'm subscribed to him on YouTube as he does some very helpful game maker tutorials if you want to check those out. And this game is called Another Perspective, and I've seen this in action on his channel. I'm just going through the credits now to, show who's responsible for the game, because that's always quite respectful. They've worked hard on the game, so I may as well do that. But basically, you have to slow down time, I believe, and you have two characters, so you can freeze one, jump on top of the other, freeze him, jump on top of the other. It's quite a clever game. It's a very clever concept, like, as a whole. So, developed using Game Maker Studio, that's the engine. Hannah Presswell, Sean Spalding, Matthew Harrington, and we have Bastian Wild, aka Bast, and translation is by Diego Amini for Italian, Maximiliano Zamora for Spanish. So I think that'll be enough of the credits, and special thanks, I'm sorry for missing that out, but I want to get on the gameplay as I don't want to bore you too much, but I've showed you the main people working on the game. Continue, of course, I cannot click this because I haven't started playing it yet, but Another Perspective is a game about perspective, as it is, which is quite self-explanatory due to the name, but it's in sort of like an isometric art style, and it's not 3D as sorts, but it's a very, very unique art style. Playing these indie games is quite useful and quite impressive to see what individual artists' styles are as a whole. So we'll press enter and click start, and we'll see what this game's all about. I'm hoping we're greeted by a tutorial, because that's always a good thing, because you have the choice to skip it or continue. Platformers like this, you don't really get to skip it, but it's still useful because platformers and puzzle games seem to be the worst as a whole for actually learning, because there's complex mechanics to it. If you saw my last video called And Yet It Moves, that was quite irritating to learn if I hadn't got the tutorial. It was quite easy hands-on experience though. So we'll go through this start level and see what it's all about. So he's looking for something, and he's looked for so long for this thing, and I'm not sure what he's looking for, and he doesn't remember what he was looking for, which is always useful if you forget everything you're thinking about, of course. So he's mostly found doors, so he's sort of stuck in some sort of limbo, some sort of void that he can't get out of. It seems like a dream, possibly, and it's full of only doors and a lot of doors, so maybe he's in some sort of void. He's in limbo right now, he has no clue where he is, and he doesn't know where they lead to, and presumably leading to what he's looking for, possibly. So as you can see, this key seems to open the locked door, of course, and we open it. So it has narration throughout the whole game, rather in text-based form rather than audio form, and it just tells you the sort of story as you see things. So when you see keys and doors, it narrates it. So get keys, open doors, got it. So it's your inner thoughts. So it seems like some sort of dream because it sort of follows your character's thoughts. So far, literally all we're doing is collecting keys. It's got quite an anticlimactic beginning. That's all I'm going to say. I'm subscribed to his YouTube channel for game making tutorials, so I'm going to have an objective point of view. I'm not going to be biased towards it because I don't regularly watch them, but they are quite useful. So it's a nice art style. That's one pro I'm going to give it. But then again, it's quite anticlimactic. But I think it's a sort of calm type of game. So okay, so we need to get shift. Okay, so we can jump and hold shift, and we jump to this one. Then we can jump on his head and jump off into the door. So that's useful. So shift slows down time, or stops time rather. I can be in two places at once. I guess that makes sense. Well, not really, my friend. It doesn't make much sense. But if that's something you can explain to me, I would like it being explained to me. I don't know why I swapped then when I could just have got in with that character. So we'll walk through the endless dimension with doors linking to everything. No, I get it. It's a puzzle. I'm trying to find what I'm looking for. Okay, so jump across here first. I love how I sort of dropped, but I could still jump. That's quite funny. Right, so I'm going to drop down there, move to my other person, as it were. Don't want to jump too high. See if we can get up here. This guy obviously hasn't been doing his vertical jumps, it seems, because he jumps like a bit of a wuss. Right, so I'll jump on his head, maybe. Alright, I'll just drop to the floor. Right, I'll jump on his head. Okay, there we go. Jumps on his head. Okay, now I'm stuck. This is irritating. Maybe. Just maybe. Okay, so I'm stuck here. I can press R if I get stuck, then the room starts over again. So we can get out of that, which is quite a good thing. Honestly don't know how to get this key. Maybe I do the same thing, I'm not sure. Oh god. Right, there we go, and I've got the key. Very complicated. It is getting complicated now. I think I'm going to do 1 or 2 more levels because I believe it'll get quite anticlimactic once more when I sort of start losing all of the levels. So this is about as straightforward as it gets. Getting that key. And then getting that key and going through the door. So, but I thought this story was about me. I mean, all these guys are me, right? Shouldn't we all see the world in the same way? Well, that's debatable. Things are getting too deep right now for me to explain. Right, let's walk this guy down here. Jump on his head if you can drop. Ah, there we go. Jump on his head, get the key. Okay, I'm sort of getting the hang of things now. Okay, that's definitely something I need to restart. Oh. There we go. This is all way too confusing. I need more screens like this where there's just one of me. Yes, I do need more screens like this, but then that would remove the whole point of the game. So, why would that be a thing? Maybe. Please don't make that a thing. Okay, hey, can you do me a favor and just, like, pause the game for a second with escape and let me think? Okay? Nope, that didn't help at all. Let's just carry on. I like that, that's a nice little nifty feature. Pressing escape sort of does something in the game's code that's unique, I like it. Right. Oh god. Okay, so this game is getting rather confusing. I'm going to leave it here because it will probably take me quite a while to learn the next few steps of it. I'm going to give my thoughts on this game and what I think about it. So, in my last video I did some sort of new pros and cons thing. I don't really want to be that sort of guy on YouTube who reviews things. Like, product reviews I'm fine with, but game reviews, I don't really want to be negative or too negative. I don't really want to impact people's choices on the game. So I'm just going to say this is my personal opinion. I don't want it to influence you too much. I will say the game's art style is really nice. It's very simple. The animations are quite smooth of the characters. We have some very nice running movements here for the animations. Jump animations are very basic, and we have idle animations, so the character isn't entirely still. So it's got some nice animations. The game's very simple, it's quite easy to learn, and it gives an in-depth tutorial on what to do. Possible cons, and by possible I mean possible, so these won't apply to everybody, of course. The game can get too challenging for people who aren't used to puzzle games later in the game. Obviously, this is what you get just for buying the game. You know it's a puzzle game, and you know puzzle games get harder. It comes with practice. The more practice and the more levels you do, the better you'll get grips with the game. And you'll use your initiative more, and you'll problem solve to complete the level. So that's probably my only thing I can say about the game. Probably the only other thing I could say is that it gets a bit tiresome, gets a bit repetitive. There's too many levels that are too similar. There's a lot of levels where there's just a blank door that you have to just go through to progress in the story. That's a bit tiresome. But it's not too bad. It's not something that makes you want to quit. But that's probably the only downside I can say of this game. So if you've got this in your Steam library, give it a go. It's a bit of fun. Waste a bit of time if you have some spare time. And it's just something you can look at and play. So good job to Sean Spalding for making this game. And it's called Another Perspective if you're interested in looking for it. So, as usual, comment below. Tell me what you think about this game. I don't really know much about it. Tell me what you thought about this video. Was it helpful in any way or informative, or was it even entertaining? Was my commentary good? That's always a good thing that I'm trying to improve. And of course, as usual, subscribe to the channel for regular content. I'm doing a lot of gaming content right now, and give the video a like. It always helps. So thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe. Oh, of course, that'll be it, won't it? Literally just jump over there. Okay. That was much more simple than I made it. I don't know why I made it so complicated. So, I guess part of the puzzle is working out what it is I'm looking for. Well, I don't know what you're looking for, but you seem to want a whole great deal of keys right here. So you can tell me what your infatuation with keys is, because there's too many to open these doors with. Right, so I'm going to shift to this character, get the key. That opens that. I'm going to shift down, move to this guy. Shift again, so this lad comes down, and jump up, so he stays there. Then I don't know actually. Okay, sticky keys. That's a gamer's worst nightmare. This game is an aggravator of sticky keys. Okay, so the game, after tabbing in, has increased to 60 frames per second. So the game isn't supposed to be as slow as I thought it'd be. So that's useful to see the game in its proper light right now. So I'm going to jump, press shift about there, and I should be able to jump for it, should I not? Ah, there we go. I forgot that you could literally stop mid-flight. So I'm going to jump there, move that guy into there, and jump over. So using your mind for these puzzles is quite good. Most of the games in my Steam library beginning with the letter A are all puzzle games, you see. So nothing new for me right there. I'm pressing R on that level because I messed that up a great deal. Okay, now I can use them as a bridge when the keys fall. Okay, there we go. Right, now if we can just jump on his head, we can use him as a bridge. It's quite inhumane jumping on other people's heads. It's like I'm sort of Mario all over again, but I'm jumping on my own head. Some sort of, I don't know, virtual reality sort of thing, or it's like a whole new perspective. I know the game's called Another Perspective, so that makes sense, but I don't know, I'm sort of rambling right now. Okay, so you can't go back in time, right? We're moving forwards. Okay, so I'll go through the door, unless I'm going to go in circles. So is it just going to narrate things for me and I have to constantly go indoors? I don't know what it's trying to tell me here. This is complicating. Can I jump for this? That looks like... Okay, so there's not two of me anymore either. What's going on? No, this is all wrong. Yeah, it is wrong. Very wrong. Very, very wrong. I don't know if... Alright, let's just calm down. Yeah, please calm down, because there's too many doors. I need to look at this another way. Oh, that was weird. That was very weird. It's actually quite cool as well. So we'll jump this guy over there. Then this guy will move there. Okay. Right, I'll go there. Then I can go through the door. It's a very well designed game, actually. Okay, so this is quickly getting more complicated. No, it's not, because I can use them as a bridge. In fact, what's happening here? Oh! So I need to just get to the other side. Yeah, so I can just use them as a bridge like I thought. Right. It's not getting more complicated. That was something I'd already done. That was weird. Ah, I see. So I'll move this guy here, move him there, jump on his head, get the key, and jump on his head, and go to the next door. It's a very unique game. These indie games seem to have extremely unique concepts, and I'm actually enjoying this more than I thought I would have done. Usually I tend to play more mainstream of games, and playing these indie games, it used to be my sort of thing, but I haven't played about 50 at least of games in my Steam library. Each person sees the world in their own way, right? Well, I guess they do after this game. I'll sort of jump on his head. Can I jump on his head? How am I supposed to get those keys? Ah, there we go. Right, so I need to get up there. Okay. Right, so this guy can go there. So I can jump on his head. Then I can jump on his head, get up there, get the key. And now this is going to be quite complicated.